Hey guys, welcome back to The Mind of Brandon, and welcome back to another sexy Saturday. As indicated by the title of this video, Corey Wayne Minion gives me useless lecture. So, let me just go ahead and establish right off the bat, I just woke up, I just kind of combed my hair with my hand, wearing a robe, you can see my chest hair. Point is, this is not what I wear when I go out picking up chicks. Or trying to pick up chicks. Right. Gotta clarify these kinds of things, or else I get, ignorant comments down below like, oh, dude, you gotta work on your fucking wardrobe, man. No wonder chicks aren't going after you. Yeah, I get the most stupid, ignorant, fucking insane comments from people on this stuff. Anyway, the inspiration for today's video is a comment that I received on a previous video of mine titled, what was that video called? Corey Wayne Disciple Coach Eli Wants to Help Me. For anyone that might need a recap, in previous videos, we've talked about my total, complete, utter lack of success with the ladies. I read Coach Corey Wayne's book 15 times, just like he suggests, and wound up not being all that helpful to me. I have a whole bunch of videos in my Sexy Saturday playlist talking about this shit. Okay, let's go ahead and have a look at that comment.
You seem to think most people don't understand your real problem, but it's actually you who doesn't understand. I have one question. How many girls have you actually asked out or asked for their phone number? You are stuck on manning the fuck up and asking for the number or a date on the spot. If you even get the courage to stop and talk to them. Saying you never see pretty girls, even while hunting at the mall, is ridiculous. You even work at a fucking pizza shop. Girls and everyone for that matter fucking love pizza. Quit lying to yourself and everyone else and start talking to women, or nothing will ever change for you. You need to take step one because what you have been doing is in reality no step at all. Take action today. Talk to everyone and repeat it over and over.
To which I responded, I didn't say I never see pretty girls. I simply don't encounter enough of them to work up the balls necessary to approach them. I made this very clear in the video, so you've got no business accusing me of being dishonest when you're the one misrepresenting the situation. So he told me,
that is your BS excuse to not approach more women.
No, it's not. I used to approach a lot of women, but then all of a sudden I ran into a scarcity of them, and I got a little bit rusty. I regressed back to an earlier stage of development. Basically, I had to start all over. Eventually I started encountering, enough of the kinds of women that I wanted to approach that I was able to work up the balls enough to start doing it again, and that lasted like a week or two, something like that. But then again, I ran into another scarcity, and again, I regressed. I've told this story over and over again in my videos. You can find this story told all over my Sexy Saturday playlist. Jesus Christ.
You didn't answer my question.
You're right, I was a little bit short with you, wasn't I? You're kind of annoying.
How many women have you approached and conversed with and asked for their number?
Well, I've lost count of how many women I've approached and conversed with, but as far as how many of these conversations evolved to me asking someone for a phone number, well, let's see. The first one told me no because she had a boyfriend. The second one told me no because she had a boyfriend. The third one actually gave me her number. I of course texted her and she never responded, right? That's when I decided, okay, the next time I get a girl's number, I'm going to actually call her, right? But yeah, it was after that one, that's when I ran into the scarcity of women, got kind of rusty and went into that state of regress. It was several months before I got the balls to make an actual approach again. Let's see. And so then there was a couple of girls that I finally worked up the balls to talk to, and seemed like we were having fun. They're like laughing and stuff. So finally I asked one of them for their phone number, and she's just like, oh no, I'm okay. So yeah, didn't get her number. And then probably like a week later, there's this one girl, I'm just like, hey, how's it going? And she's just like, oh, didn't I see you here last week? We I think we met on the escalator. You're going down, I was going up. I was like, oh yeah, And so I asked her for her number, and she's like, oh, I don't know, I just met you, right? And so then I think it was then again I ran into another scarcity of women, and it was again several months before I got the balls to make actual approaches again. So yeah, about a month ago, I believe, I was at the mall, and there was this smoking hot babe. I'm going that way, she's coming this way. I stop, and I'm just like, you're beautiful, right? She's just like, oh, thanks, right? And so I asked her, what's your name? And she tells me her name, and then she asks for my name. And, at this point, it'd been so long since I asked a girl for her phone number, I pretty much just went right for it. I was just like, yo, so what's your number, right? It's just, without asking anything else, just kind of went straight for the number. I didn't even care about, like, successfully getting the number. I was just like, I need to ask a girl for her fucking number. It's been so long, right? So I just went for the number, and she's just like, oh, well, I don't even live around here, I'm from California, right? I think the next time someone tells me that, I'm gonna say, oh, well, I'll hit you up the next time I'm down there, right? So learning experience or something, I don't know. But yeah, so that means 6.
You need to step up and stop being so scared to talk to women.
Yeah, no shit. I've kind of been working on it. Haven't you been paying attention to my fucking videos?
You have literally nothing to lose at this point.
Well, evidently I have confidence to lose. That's been my experience. No matter how much confidence I've built up in the past, I've eventually lost it, or at least some of it. Have to, work it back up, basically. And, this does have to do with some of the negative interactions that I've had with the ladies. That's at least part of it. Take, for example, the other day, I was at the mall. I was talking to some old guy working in some clothing shop, just trying to get socially energized so that it's easier to talk to, other people, to talk to the ladies, right? And pretty much immediately after I leave this shop, I'm feeling like, okay, I'm ready to talk to, I'm ready to talk to beautiful women, I'm ready to make bold moves, right? And, I come across this one chick. She's all right, she's not that attractive. She's kind of attractive, but, I'm just like, oh, how's your day going? She looks up from her cell phone at me, and then she looks back down, keeps walking, doesn't say anything, right? It deflated me, okay? And that's not even one of the most negative things that's happened to me. I get like dirty looks, just smiling or saying, how's it going? Just saying anything. People like give me dirty looks, they'll look at me like I'm creepy, just like, why the fuck are you talking to me, right? Some people even like say things like ew or gross. There's this one girl not too long ago, she fucking flips me off when I asked her, how's it going, right? She fucking flips me off in response to that. Let's see. Yeah, there's this one girl, she's just kind of sitting there on her cell phone. I walk over to her, I'm just like, how's it going? She looks up at me, she gets this look on her face, kind of a bitchy look is how I describe it. She kind of like gives me a bullshit smile, it's like, and then all of a sudden she fucking walks away. She's just standing there, but I walk over to her, how's it going? She gives me that look, and then she walks away. It's just like, great, some guy's bothering me. So, but yeah, there's this one girl that, like, just totally fucking started chewing me out, when I asked her if she's single, right? Which, that's a pickup that I've seen here on YouTube. I've seen several different people use that. Looks pretty effective when I see it on YouTube videos.
Are you single?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm attractive?
Yeah.
Can I have your number?
Sure, what's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Cheyenne?
So it's like, oh, okay, that seems pretty effective. I'm going to try that. First girl I try it on, she starts fucking yelling at me. You don't do that. It's just something you don't do. You don't just walk up to someone and ask them if they're single. It's just something you don't do, right? Just fucking going off on me, you know? I try to, like, walk away, and she keeps yelling at me. It's like, Jesus Christ. But, yeah, like when that happened, I remember I had this attitude of, okay, don't let this deflate you. Try again. Find another chick. Try again. And so I tracked down this other chick. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to try it again, right? But I was having trouble working up the balls to do it because the other chick successfully deflated me despite me telling myself, don't let her deflate you, okay? So suffice it to say, I just wound up chickening out. I've never tried that strategy since. Something I've noticed, though, is that jailbait tends to be more interested in me than anyone else. There's this one time when I was at a grocery store, there was this girl, some jailbait, okay, right? She's giving me this look like, damn, you're looking fine, something like that, right? And so I just said to her, how's it going, right? Oh, she's with her mother, by the way. I was just being friendly. How's it going? It wasn't like trying to like blatantly hit on her or anything like that. But her mother, she says, excuse me, who are you? So it's just like, I'm Brandon. What's your name? And she's just like, okay, why are you harassing my child? It's just like, whoa, that was not my intention. I apologize. She's trying to back away from Mama Bear there, But yeah, these are the kinds of experiences that will add some extra anxiety to the whole thing, because the truth is there's all sorts of crazy shit that can go down. And someone actually left a comment on one of my videos going on this long am I conflating two different comments? I don't know. Someone left a comment talking about some of the crazy shit that can happen when you're out trying to do pickup, talking about how like boyfriends will like walk over and what the fuck, man, you trying to pick up my chick? Fuck you, right? So like there's technically all sorts of crazy shit that can happen when you're doing this. It seems that there's actually good reason for the anxiety. So if we're being realistic, yeah, I've got something to lose, okay? But anyway, this individual posted another comment after this. Let's see what that says.
You say Corey Wayne's book didn't work for you. The point I'm trying to make is that you never gave it a fair shot.
Dude, that's bullshit. Corey Wayne told me to read his book 10 to 15 times, so over the course of a year, I read his book 15 times. I did his little lists that he suggests, his little mental exercises, the self-talk, that sort of thing. I followed his little strategies, little techniques that he recommends. But it's just not working out for me, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you haven't asked out 10 women in your life, and definitely not 100 in a month.
Well, I've actually lost count of how many people I've asked out. I've asked out a whole lot of people. I mean, the vast majority of them would have been on dating websites, right? As far as asking out people in person, probably only like 2 or 3, right? Are you saying that I have to ask out like all these hordes of people to have like given Corey's teachings a fair shot? Is that where you're going with this? Because if that's where you're going with this, then you just arbitrarily came up with that. That's just some bullshit you pulled out of your ass. And you're not really being fair to my personal predicament, my stage of development. I'm working on entry-level pickup stuff. You're talking about someone that's like a full-blown pickup artist. Someone that doesn't even need Coach Corey Wayne's teachings. It's just like, what? So yeah, you're coming off as a little intellectually dishonest here. I mean, think about this a moment. Try to wrap your mind around it for a second, right? If I'm turning to people like Coach Corey Wayne and various other people in the PUA community, self-help gurus, whatever, if I'm turning to these people to try and get the confidence that's necessary to make moves on women, does it actually make sense to fault me for not making moves on women? Say, oh, you're not giving them a fair chance because you're not making moves. I'm turning to them to help me get the balls to make the moves. So, I'm not the one that's not being fair here. You're the one who's completely full of shit, my friend.
Stop blaming your lack of talking to women on a lack of beautiful women and own up to the fact you are just too scared to ask any for their number.
Okay, remember the girl from California? You know, the one where I stopped and told her, you're beautiful, and then we exchanged names, and then I went straight for the phone number? You remember that? Yeah, asking for the phone number? That was fucking easy. The hard part has been stopping and telling a girl she's beautiful, or stopping and just saying, hey, how's it going? You know, that's the part I'm really struggling with, is the initial approach. Not asking for a phone number. If it's already established, you're beautiful, I'm interested, that sort of thing, asking for the phone number is easy. The hard part is just the initial approach.
You're not in a low enough place to not give a shit about rejection, so you say you need to work up the balls just to talk to them.
Okay, correct me if I'm misinterpreting you here, but it seems like you basically just told me that I'm not desperate enough to approach women. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe you will end this BS one day and start actually talking to women and applying Corey Wayne's work if you become lonely enough.
Okay, now it sounds like you're saying that I'm just not lonely enough. And if that's the case, then I'm pretty much fucked, because I don't really get lonely. You know, I'm kind of an introvert. I value my alone time. Don't get me wrong, you know, I also value the company of a fun, attractive woman, right? You know, if I'm at work, I tend to prefer working with a fun, attractive woman over working with a sausage fest, right? Let me put it this way. There's this dating website. It's called OkCupid, right? It's got a Q&A section. One of the questions there is, are you more horny or lonely? The accurate response is, I'm horny, okay? Not that this is all about sex, just getting laid. You know, it's about finding someone that I have chemistry with and successfully seducing them, okay? And I want to be able to do this with a vast array of different kinds of women, okay? It's not that I need to be capable of seducing every single woman on the planet, right? But certainly the various types of women that I take interest in, you know? I'll take an interest in a woman that's a decade younger than me or a decade older than me, you know, women my own age, of course. I'll take interest in blondes, brunettes, redheads, whites, blacks, Arabs, Orientals, Latinas, etc., right? I'll take an interest in skinny girls, athletic girls, curvy girls, never really obese girls, but, you know, there's an array, okay? So there's different kinds of women that I want to try out. You know, I'd really like to get to this point where I can look at pretty much any, you know, attractive woman and say, been there, done that, I don't really need to waste my time, I can just go do something else. If I'm horny, I can just whack off to porn or something. You know, I don't need to put all this effort into seducing someone. But at the present time, since I don't have that experience, those are experiences that I desire.
Your mental handcuffs are holding you back from success.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I'm well aware of that. It's not really constructive to tell me that. It doesn't really give me the key to unlock those cuffs. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one. So have a good one, guys, and peace.